Hello everyone, this is Karen Croney with Beneath the Veil Astrology, coming to you today on the 18th, Saturday, to read the new moon chart. As you can see here, I have my desktop. I'm videoing my desktop here so that I can directly show you the chart. And I really want to get into this new moon in Aquarius. I'm excited for it actually because we've been in a lot of heavy energies, as you can see here, with all of this. And of course, before this new moon, everything has been in here. And even right before the new moon in Aquarius, we have the moon going into Capricorn with all these players. And it's been extremely heavy for all of us. As far as all this South Node Capricorn energy. So I kind of want to address that a little bit before I go directly into the new moon, because it has a lot to do with this new moon. And anything that comes before new and full moon is sort of enveloped out of that energy, so it's not separate from. So it's really, this is why I want to speak about it, and especially this time because of, the South Node being in Capricorn right now and the North Node being in Cancer. So the North Node is here, South Node is here. And as you can see, again, this is the new moon. We can go back, let's go back for a moment so that you can see here. Let's just go back to here. And even here. So when we look at this Capricorn energy here, and we see Jupiter has just entered already at 10 degrees, 22, and we had these Pluto and Saturn conjunct here, both 22 degrees. This is like a day after. And then we have 26 degrees Sun, 29 degrees Mercury. So we have all this energy sitting with Pluto and Saturn in the South Node, with Mercury there, and Mercury's been there for a little while now. And the idea is that we've been going through all these eclipses as far as releasing so much of this old structures. And actually, there's also a meteor, I don't have it here on this chart, but there's a meteor that's about right here now, in between. She's actually 19 degrees Capricorn, and it's Chericlo. And Chericlo happens to be, she's somebody that I've been channeling in quite a bit recently, and actually realizing that I've been channeling her for a very long time when I began channeling Chiron, because she is the wife of Chiron. And I found it really interesting that she's sitting in Capricorn here with all of these energies regarding our own authority and our own structures, transforming those structures with Pluto, and then actually now with Jupiter there, the benefits of not only restructuring and transforming the proper ways of any kind of, structures that we're creating, but Jupiter being in there benefiting us from the release of that, being that Capricorn is in the South Node. Because when we have a South Node, we are always working towards releasing whatever energy is there, and then the North Node is us moving more into the North Node, which here is in Cancer. So us moving more into our intuition, our creativity, the mother, and the earth happens to be Cancer. So us moving in the direction of the divine mother, intuition, our safety, our homes, feeling safe in our environments. So creating new structures where we feel intuitively connected, we feel safe, we feel open, that we can express our vulnerabilities, and that we can feel as though we are in the right space for that. And when it comes to Capricorn, Capricorn is much more involved in status and what is going to be the proper way to do it to benefit the most and to become, you know, the 10th house is always, and Capricorn rules the 10th house, and Capricorn is more focused on the status in life, to get on top of that mountain, which is a good thing when we're talking about, you know, working towards things. It's a very positive thing. But because it's in the South Node, we are releasing these concepts of having a higher status than someone else, but instead ruling this divine feminine energy where we're accepting of all and we're unifying as humanity. So I'll go into a lot more of that in some other podcasts that I do, but so here we are with all of this energy now, with Mercury there and the Sun there. We're really focused on this. With Mercury there, a lot of our minds and our thoughts and our even communications are around releasing the ways that we've been doing it, so that we can replace that with more ways that are feeling more safe and more comfortable, but also progressing. So with Cheroklo there, I find it interesting because it really did change things. And my South Node is here in Capricorn, so my North Node is in Cancer. So this is my sort of nodal return. So I'm really investigating this deeply within myself as well as collectively. You know, it is really about releasing this, you know, trying to get on top and trying to, you know, get somewhere that, you know, is based on these ideas that we have to succeed and we have to, you know, become this status. And in my past life, because anytime you have a past life, and your South Node is usually to do with your past life. My past life, I was on top. I was very successful. But this life is trying to teach me, and this period this year, all of us, to value the feminine, and bringing the feminine and the vulnerabilities and the intuition and the creativity to create new structures in humanity where we're safe, where we feel that we're being fair with each other. So we're really, with this South Node here, we're really, as a collective, releasing a lot of the old ways of doing things. And I can tell you for myself, I've literally been releasing like business with people that don't feel intuitively connected and don't show my value and things like that. So we are really releasing a lot of this. Now, one of the things that Cheroklo represents is healing the feminine and healing the divine masculine and their connection together. And so that gave me a really beautiful insight, because if you think about any kind of business or any kind of building of any kind of new structure, it's always going to take more than you, yourself. It's always going to take needing other people or connecting with other people to create those new businesses or structures or rules or traditions and ways of doing things. It has to do with the people and how we all work together. So I believe that the beginning of this is all about, I mean, I know a lot of people collectively are releasing these relationships with business, and, you know, a lot of this creative structures that we've been building together are getting released now so that we can recreate that in a more healed way and a more connected, loving way as the North Node in Cancer. So I find it interesting that Cheroklo's there, because for me, it does begin with relationships. When I feel this, it feels as though, you know, because anytime you think about a Capricornian energy, it is about sort of connecting with those that can help you to raise to the next level, no matter what sort of, you sort of bite the bullet and allow whatever has to happen in order to succeed. And that is what we are actually moving away from. We are not, in this future coming time, wanting to go towards, this kind of structures anymore where we're having to bite the bullet. We want to feel connected and creative, and it's a healing environment for us and for the planet. And Cheroklo is all about healing the feminine and the masculine, but the feminine, she's the feminine. She's actually the wife of Chiron, which I specialize in Chiron. So sort of put the pieces together for me because she healed Chiron, and I'll go into that a lot more in another podcast. But healing the relationships and releasing relationships that do not feel intuitively healing or connected or embracing you in your true nature is what this is all about. And yes, structures will fall when you release these relationships, but they will also get recreated. So that brings us to the new moon in Aquarius, and we're going to go here. This is East Coast time, so we're going to go to 5 o'clock. I believe it's 5 o'clock, or so it's around 3ish. I'm not sure the exact time, but now you can see here that in this area in Aquarius we have Mercury now, speaking of forward thinking. We have the moon there. New moon is always about developing this new ways and ideas. Aquarius is the idea sign. It's the sign that can create ideas for the future, new inspirations. So Aquarius is also humanity. So I think after all this energy has been in Capricorn, we are now moving toward a new humanity. And this new moon will represent the new ways that we will start doing that so that we can feel our most authentic selves. So during this new moon, it is a really good time to go into your own meditation and your own ceremonial way, even if it's for 5 or 10 minutes, to really tune into yourself and your authentic self. This is what Aquarius rules. Humanity, authentic humanity, the genius within us all that can really, humanity is what, if we come together in humanity, in harmony, I mean, we can create a whole different world without being, controlled by these outdated traditions and structures that have been placed on us with all the Capricorn themes. So really take that time to meditate with what you feel for yourself. Where do you see yourself in this next 6 months? And approach it in your most authentic self. The most authentic self, which is the self that is emotionally being honest, being the authentic self in the way that you communicate and the way that you connect with others. Where is that? And all of us together as humanity will be creating this new future here. So I'm very excited, and I'm wishing you all the best happy new moon in Aquarius. This is my sign, so I'm super happy to be coming back online because the South Node in Capricorn's been quite heavy for all of us. A lot of release. So be patient with yourself. Take the time to meditate and do your ceremony on Friday, next Friday on the 24th. And truly, truly allow your authentic feelings to come up and create this new future based in love, connection, and healing in humanity. Blessings to you all. Thank you for listening.